Okay, now let's start. And our lesson is about reported speech. I'm going to talk about the reported speech with questions. And as you know, we have two types of questions. We have yes and no questions and WH questions. Okay, so let's start with yes and no questions. Okay, what about yes and no questions? We have four types for yes and no questions. Okay, a question beginning with verb to be. This is number one. Verb to be. Okay, it can be am, is, are, was, and were. Number two, a question beginning with modal verb, and it can be can, will, could, and so on. And you know that the modal verb is followed by the infinitive form. Number three, a question beginning with have, has, had, and this is of course in the present perfect and in the past perfect. Number four, a question beginning with do, does, or did. Okay, and you know that do, does, and did. Do, does are used with the present simple, and did is used with past simple. Okay, so these are the four types of yes and no questions. Look at these examples. Ali said to Mona, are you at school now? Ali said to Mona, are you at school now? Said to Mona, can you swim? Ali said to Mona, can you swim? Okay, this is the second type of yes and no questions because it starts with a modal verb. And number three, Ali said to Mona, have you finished? Okay, this is another question for yes and no questions because it starts with have and we have the past participle in this sentence or in this question. Number four, we may have a question like this. Ali said to Mona, do you help my brother? Okay, this is a question. And another question, Ali said to Mona, did you play well yesterday? This is another question. Okay. Again, we have a question beginning with verb to be, am, is, are, was, and where. Okay. We have a question beginning with modal verb, can, could, will, would, and so on. We have a question beginning with have or has in the present perfect and had in the past perfect. And we have a question beginning with do, does in the present simple, and did in the past simple. All of these are yes and no questions. What does it mean? It means that we answer this question using yes and no. Okay? How to change from direct into indirect with yes and no questions? Number one, set to is it changed into asked. Number two, I remove the quotation marks and I use if instead. It can be if or whether. Okay. Number three, it's the same as the statement. You have to change the pronouns according to the speakers and the listeners. Number four, I start with the subject of the question. Okay. I start with the subject of the question. So the word order in indirect, it will be the same as a statement. Okay, you start with the subject first. It will be subject plus verb and so on. Okay, number five, you have to remove the question mark. These are the steps that we can use in order to change from direct into indirect. Number one, Ali said to Mona, are you at school now? Who can answer this question? Noor Ayman. Yes, Noor. Yes, Noor.
Yes.
Ali?
Ali asked Mona.
Ali asked
Mona.
Yeah.
If she.
Yes, you have to start with the subject first. So it will be if she, because you refers to Mona. And
If she was.
Excellent. If she
was it in school?
Yes, if she was at
school
then. Okay, excellent. So this is the first one. Number two. Raed Murad.
Yes, mister.
Number two.
Ali said to Mona, can you swim? Ali asked Mona.
Ali asked Mona
if she could swim.
Excellent. Okay, thank you. Now let's move to number three. And let's ask Iyad Muhammad. Yes, Iyad.
Ali said to Mona, have you finished? It will be Ali asked Mona.
Ali.
If she.
Mona.
If she. Has.
The present perfect. Don't forget that we change the present perfect into past perfect. It will be if she.
The present it will be if she had finished.
If she had finished. Okay. Thank you. Now let's move to another one. Who can answer the last one? معاذ المقداد.
Mr. After I answer, I will tell you a question. Okay, Ali said to
معاذ
Mona.
المقداد, listen to me, please. Listen to me.
Okay.
Okay, so the first three types. Okay, I start with the subject. After that, I use the verb to be. In the first one, I use the modal verb. In the second one, I use have, has, and had.
Oh.
In the third one, but with number 4, we have another idea. I have to remove do and does, and I have to change the verb in the question into the past simple. Okay, so do and does are removed, and after that I use the past simple in this question. If we have did in the question, I remove it and I change the verb into past perfect. So I change the verb in the question into past perfect when the question begins with did, past perfect, and when I remove do and does, I use the past simple for the verb in the question. So past simple. You can answer the first one, معاذ المقداد.
Okay. Ali asked Mona. You helped your her brother.
Where is F? F. Ali
If
asked
you
Mona.
helped.
Okay, why don't you change you?
You hair.
This is the subject. It will be she.
Okay, she.
She, and
Helped.
help, it will be
Helped.
help. And my refers to Ali, it will be
He.
no.
No, him.
No, it isn't an object for now. His. Okay.
His.
Yes.
Okay. Brother.
He asked Mona if she helped his brother. Ali.
Ali asked Mona if she played well.
Okay, now we have did. Okay.
Played.
No,
Yes.
no. I removed it. I changed the verb into past perfect. Okay. So it will be Ali asked Mona if she had
played
well. Yesterday it will be
the day before.
Okay. You understand this, right?
Yes.
Yeah.